The fate of a promise. The next morning we all gathered in the workshop. We had been allowed to spend the night in one of the disciples' spare rooms. When we entered, the four of them were already there, staring at the demon steel ingot that I had produced. They were repeatedly sighing, turning it over and over again to examine it. The ingot was about the size of a human fist. Their reaction seemed a bit over the top, but was it really that rare? "What in the world are you talking about?" Kaijin replied. What followed was his explanation. Demon ore is the raw form of demon steel. Even in its raw state, it's as valuable as gold. The reasons are simple: its rarity and its usefulness. The world is composed of a substance called magicules. This substance, which didn't exist in my original world, plays a huge role here. When you defeat a monster, they sometimes drop a lump of magicules called a magic crystal. These magic crystals alight concentrated energy and are apparently used as fuel for spirit engineering, an invention unique to this world. Also, the magic crystals that serve as the tours of higher-level monsters are said to be more beautiful than gems, and their energy capacity is on a whole different scale. These high-level magic crystals are used as core components in various products. It's said that even decorative items crafted by artisans use these kinds of materials. Their performance provides various benefits, such as boosting the wearer's abilities and providing additional effects. And here's what's fundamentally different about demon ore. It can only be found near high-level monsters. This is because it's a substance that has been transformed over a long period by absorbing a massive amount of magicules in a high-density area. It's almost like a sudden mutation of a mineral. Naturally, powerful monsters inhabit areas with high concentrations of magicules. You won't easily find demon ore in places where low-level monsters live, the kind that adventurers hunt for pocket money. It's said that demon ore only exists in areas inhabited by at least B-rank monsters. This was the first time I was given an explanation of the monster ranking system. "Oh, really? So I'm about B rank too, right?" Gobta asked. Everyone except that idiot Gobta was thinking the same thing. If you think so, then I guess you're a B rank. In your own mind, that is. Let's just ignore the idiot for now. Demon ore is difficult to find, but the demon steel it contains makes up only 3 to 5% of the total. This means that even a fist-sized ingot of demon steel is worth more than 20 times its weight in gold. Gold's value is roughly the same as in my old world, partly because the gold standard is used as a common measure across nations. So I hope you can understand its worth now. Well, just as I suspected, it was a rare metal. Way to go, me. I'm always on top of things. It's a secret that I actually have a massive amount of demon steel ingots, which is starting to freak me out a bit. They can't possibly find out, but I'm a small-town guy at heart, so I can't help but wonder, what if they do? And now for the main point. The reason demon steel is so valuable isn't just because it's rare. The real reason is its excellent compatibility with guiding magical energy. Magicules can be manipulated to some extent with a certain degree of mental imagery. My magic sense and water manipulation skills are both performed by manipulating magicules. It's safe to say that many monster skills are also based on magicules. I don't know much about magic, but I assume it works on a similar principle. So what happens if a weapon is made of a material that contains a large amount of magicules? Incredibly, it becomes a growing weapon. How cool is that? What is this? I want one. I resisted, but the words were right on the tip of my tongue. It's a weapon that gradually changes into the ideal shape based on the user's mental imagery. And depending on the user's magical energy, it can even change its shape freely during combat. What's more, because it's so compatible with magicules, it also increases the power of skills. In a sense, a wielder of a magic weapon would likely win against someone with a normal weapon, unless there was a huge skill gap. I also wondered if it would be possible to make something like a sword of fire or a sword of ice and snow if you were to invest a lot of money and skill to embed a high-level magic crystal into a blade made of pure demon steel. My heart was screaming, "Forge it now!" But I had to calm down. it seems possible, so I'd like to get my hands on a magic crystal if I ever get the chance. After receiving the full explanation, Kaijin and the others got to work. We watched them to learn more. Gobda was probably just going to fall asleep anyway. There are many different types of swords. To me, the greatest sword is, of course, the Japanese katana. But even within the category of Japanese swords, there are many variations, so I was really curious to see what kind of sword they would make. After 10 hours of work, they had finished a single, ordinary-looking longsword. Wait, there's a lot of demon steel left. I had even wondered if a fist-sized ingot would be enough for a single sword, but when I asked, they said it would be incredibly expensive to make a sword entirely out of demon steel. When I thought about it, that made sense. No wonder the ideas of a sword of fire, sword of ice and snow, or sword of lightning don't come up. They're just too expensive. It all clicked into place for me. They use demon steel as a core and then shape the blade with normal steel. Even then, the magicules in the demon steel will eventually permeate the steel blade and integrate with it. It seems that weapons that have existed for a long time are often more powerful. Another characteristic is that they don't rust or chip over time. It's said that a sword has a life of its own. When it breaks or becomes completely warped, the magicules escape and it instantly turns to dust. They told me these fascinating stories while showing me the newly forged sword. I picked up the finished sword and examined it. I don't have hands, but I was in the mood. Looking closely, it had a simple design, but it was perfectly straight, with no flaws. You could say it was free of wasted effort. It didn't seem to be designed primarily for cutting like a Japanese katana, but it could still deliver a clean slash. I see. This is the base, and then it evolves to suit the individual user's purpose. With that in mind, it makes perfect sense to simplify it and leave out the creator's intent. Okay then. The old man, Kaijin, and the others have forged a magnificent sword as promised. Now it's my turn. All right, I'm going to perform some secret work now. After you've checked the materials, I'll need everyone to leave the room, please. I asked everyone to step outside. There was no way I could let them see how I was going to do this, mainly because explaining it would be a huge pain. All the materials are in this room, but are you sure? We can help if you want. Yes, I'm sure. More importantly, don't peek inside this room for 3 days, okay? It's a promise. Got it. We'll trust you and wait. With that, the old man and the others left. For some reason, Gobda left too. I might need to give that idiot a beating later. Now, today's recipe is a longsword. It's an easy one. First, I'll swallow the longsword they made as a sample. Next, I'll swallow all the materials that are laid out here. Chew, chew, swallow. And then I'll mix it all up in my stomach. Notice, analysis of target, longsword, successful. Proceeding with copy creation, successful. I'll just repeat this 19 times and we're done. That was easy, wasn't it? But kids, don't try this at home. I worked while thinking of such idiotic things. Oh no, it only took me about 10 seconds to copy a single sword. That means 190 seconds, just over 3 minutes to make 19 longswords. It hadn't even been 5 minutes since I kicked them out. I mean, I knew I could do it, but it felt so easy I almost felt bad for the blacksmiths. Predator is seriously too much of a cheat skill. What should I do now? I told them not to peek for 3 days. Should I just stay in here for 3 days with nothing to do? No, that's pointless. It's not like I'm going to train in this room for no reason. Maybe I should just come clean and tell them I'm already done. Bang! I opened the door and went outside. The 4 of them, who were anxiously peeking in, jumped up in a hurry. Gobda was sleeping. What the heck, Gobda? How can you already be asleep when I came out in 5 minutes? Yup, at that moment, I knew I had to give him a beating. Hey, what's wrong? What happened? Did you not have enough materials? Or was it impossible after all? The dwarves asked one after another, their faces full of concern. Well, actually, their worried stares were almost painful. I couldn't help but play along. I'm still a bad person. It seems some things never change, even after death. Just kidding. I'm actually already finished. Huh? Huh? Their voices were perfectly in sync with their surprise. Well, of course they were. Cheers. We went to a restaurant that night for a celebration. The official reason was to celebrate a successful delivery. I told them we didn't have to, but come on, there are lots of beautiful ladies here. Exactly, from young girls to mature women. It's a gentleman's club. Ugh. Hey, the party can't start without you, Mr. Rimuru. That's what they said. It was against my will, but I had no choice. What a bunch of troublemakers. It's going to ruin my image as a serious guy. It's so frustrating. The name of the place was the Night Butterfly. I wondered if they were really butterflies. If they're moths, I'll kill them. Wait, it's not like I'm interested or anything. Thinking such things, I walked inside. Oh, welcome. Welcome. Whoa, there were a bunch of beautiful women lined up. Wow, their ears are so long. They're elves. Wait, elves. Holy crap, their clothes are so thin. Ugh, I can almost see everything. What the heck? I'm using my magic sense at full power. Normally I'm in low power mode because I see too much. These ladies are holding the line, keeping just enough covered. Damn it, is this a challenge? Are they challenging me? Damn it, damn it, damn it. Wow, so cute. Hey, I saw him first. Poof, boing, boing. It's happening. My body is going boing, boing. The backs of my knees are going boing, boing. Is this heaven? Wait. You seemed so against coming here, but you look like you're having a lot of fun, huh? Ugh, damn it. I let my guard down. What? No, not really. It was a bit of a stretch. Nobody believed me. But it's okay. It couldn't be helped. After all, I was being held in the lap of an elf right now. My heart was full of emotion. Oh, if my son, who was now gone, were still alive, he would be ecstatic right now. We were all having a great time. But then... Well, if it isn't Mr. Kaijin, it's quite uncivilized to bring a low-class monster into such a respectable establishment. Someone said, picking a fight, "Who is this old man?" The whole room went silent in an instant. The girls also looked at him with disdain. You had to look closely to notice it, but it was there. The old man was tall and thin, which was rare for a dwarf. He was about the size of a regular human. Hey, ma'am, does this establishment allow monsters to be brought in? Well, even if he is a monster, he's a harmless slime. Huh? He's a monster, isn't he? Are you saying a slime isn't a monster? No, I'm certainly not saying that. The madam tried to deflect his anger by being evasive, but he wouldn't let up. This old man was clearly targeting us. This is bad. That's Minister Bester. This old man is the rumored Minister Bester? I see. He has the kind of face that looks neurotic and persistent. Just then, this is what a monster deserves. He spat and then poured water all over my head. I was furious, but I gritted my teeth and held back. He's a minister. I can't let my temper cause trouble for Kaijin and the madam of this place. I didn't want to be barred from this restaurant. That would be too sad. Just as I was about to hold back, Kaijin stood up, kicking the table over. Hey, I've been listening patiently, but don't think you can get away with insulting my guest. Are you ready to pay the price, Bester? Huh? Kaijin, he's a minister. Are you sure about this? Minister Bester was shocked, and so was I. My body leaped up in surprise. A soft texture bounced against my back. It wasn't on purpose, not at all. You, how dare you speak to me like that? Minister Bester was too shocked and angry to speak. Shut up already, Kaijin said, and without hesitation, he punched the minister right in the face. Mr. Rimuru, you were looking for a skilled craftsman, weren't you? Am I not enough for you? Not only are you enough, but is it really okay to do this? Punching a minister means you won't have a place in this country anymore. But sometimes a man doesn't need words. That's what I was waiting to hear. I'm counting on you, Kaijin. Forget the details. If Kaijin is coming with me, all I have to do is accept it. To hell with moral principles. We can live as we please. Kaijin and I nodded at each other, our eyes filled with fire. And just like that, the promise was fulfilled. But how are we going to escape now? It seems that if you're not careful in this world, problems can pile up. Even if you act cool, it doesn't make future problems disappear.